Hey guys, DeathClock Dave here, and welcome to another Battle Report recap. This is a bonus content that we did because I'm going to be gone a little bit later in August, so I can still post some content for you guys. So just a quick announcement before we start on the match itself. Just want to talk about Attack X here in Kamloops coming up September 14th, 15th, and 16th. So Attack X is an awesome con that we run here in town, and it covers everything from Warmachine Hordes to 40K, Age of Sigmar. It's got the Star Wars type miniature games. We've got Magic the Gathering now. There's a whole floor of RPG, so role-playing game type stuff. So there's something for everybody. Super fun event. The Warmachine Hordes, we run Champions on the Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday is Masters, and in the evenings we have fun events like team tournaments and spell draft and that sort of thing. So the great thing about this event is that the Champions and the Masters are going to be Iron Gauntlet qualifiers. Another interesting thing about the timing of the event is that it falls on the same weekend as Attack X, which means that the WTC players are not going to be at the event, which increases your chances of netting those Iron Gauntlet points. So definitely check it out. It's awesome. Kamloops is beautiful that time of year, and it's also relatively inexpensive to stay here. So hope to see some folks out for Attack X. So for this match, we had some new blood on the stream. So we had Brant Cullen, who drove in from Vancouver with his minions. We have Corey Doyle with his Mercenaries. Scenario today was Scenario 2, which is Standoff. Brant, what was your pairing today?
I had Maelok and Arcadius.
All right, and they were in the themes of?
Will Work for Food and Blind Water.
All right, and Corey, what was your pairing today?
Gorten and Ostrom.
All right, both in the regulars?
Both in the regulars.
All right, and Brant, you won the roll and decided to go first. Why did you decide to go first?
Maelok just wants to be up the table as much as he can and take up board space.
Okay.
And going first is usually better for that, so
Gotcha.
I elected to go first.
Okay, cool. And any considerations for the match of what you wanted to watch out for? Something, any particular models you were watching for, or anything on Corey's side?
I didn't want to get dragged out of my feet or out of my control by Corey's feet, because then my stuff becomes a lot easier to kill.
Gotcha.
So I tried to abuse the house terrain to prevent that.
Makes sense. Cool. So Standoff, we have 2 circular zones which can be controlled by Warcaster Warlock units. We have 2 rectangular zones which are Warcaster Warlock, Warbeast, Warjack, and then we have 2 objectives in the middle of the rectangular zones. Corey, you chose Healing, and Brant, you chose Pathfinder. So Brant, tell us a little bit about your setup here.
I usually just deploy fairly evenly if I go first, because I'm not sure what the opponent's going to do. The list is quick. As you see, I didn't deploy quite far enough, so I move up a bit. And you just
That's
try...
for your theme benefits?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you just try to get up into the zones.
And you've got multiple units of posse here to spread the beef out. Yeah. And Maelok is Fury 7, so you can cover a lot of the board with that. Okay. All right, and you've got Bone Swarms in the middle there, and lots of posse. You've got a single Wrestler, and the 2 Bone Swarms are your only beasts. Is that right? Okay, cool. Gotcha. And here goes Corey's deployment. Corey, how are you going to be deploying?
I put models 10 inches on the board.
That seems good. Turn 2.
And I try to keep them within 10 of my caster.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's the norm. Honestly, I'm still playing with deployment for it because it's just a lot of models, so it's tough to figure out where everything goes. Then you got to take terrain into account, which changes every game. I typically try and put Alexia near the middle of the board with Gorten. Then the Forge Guard near the middle of the board with Gorten. And then just flank the Steelhead out after. Yeah.
And you've got 3 units of Steelhead?
I have 3 Steelhead, 3 max Steelhead.
Yeah.
I have a max Forge Guard and a max Pressganger. And then I have Alexia and the Risen.
Gotcha.
And my ability to collect corpses in this game is phenomenal. For the fact that I should have collected 0 corpses in this game.
Yes, all Brant stuff ends up being undead, right? And it's the spell that makes them undead, right?
He's got Field Marshal undead, so
Right.
the battle group is undead,
Gotcha.
and then the spell makes warrior models undead. So the only thing that isn't is the cauldron, but it's not. It's a construct, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So for terrain, at the bottom right of the board, we have a forest. To the left of that in the center, we have a house. To the left and below that, we have a trench. Above that, we have a hill. Above that and to the right slightly, we have 2 forests connected. To the right of that, we have water. Above and to the right at the circular zone is a hill. And down below in the middle on Brant's side is a wall. So we've just got the advanced deployment going out. So you have your Thralls and the Husks are
Yeah.
advanced? Okay. So they're AD. Corey's ADing his press gangers and then forgetting his advanced move on the Warjacks from the theme benefit. So that's
So you
pretty...
maybe describe terrain.
Yes.
I blame you totally for forgetting my advanced move.
Yes, that was all my fault. I was only helping Brant all game.
Seething with anger on the inside right now.
Brant gets all the help. You get nothing, Corey. All right, so just pointing out where the armies are and that sort of thing. So we've got a couple of nice Pathfinder-y corridors to filter things in through. So that's going to be pretty glorious. And we have millions of units on the board. Awkward silence.
It's never awkward, Dave. It's only awkward because you keep touching Brant's leg.
Yes.
That makes sense.
He's not saying no, so I don't know whether it's because he's on camera and doesn't want to be heard, or it's because he likes it. I don't know. I've been hanging around Corey too much. I'm sorry. All right, Brant. So first turn, what are you working on here?
I'm just getting everything as far up the board as I can.
Okay.
I'm trying to put the stuff that's far enough up to maybe get shot in somewhere where it can't be, so behind the house. And I left the Thrallugs in water to gain prowl, which gives him stealth,
Nice. Okay.
or to gain concealment, and the other one in the forest.
Okay, gotcha. So you got hiding your husks behind forests and houses, which is good. I had never seen the husks on the table, and their rules are pretty glorious. All right.
Yeah, they definitely need models.
Yes. Yeah. And here's Maelok moving up, or is that Maelok, or is
Yeah,
that
that's
the
Maelok there.
Okay.
So
And
you cast Death Ride to get as much of your stuff +1 speed as you can.
right.
So the Witch Doctor is pretty useful.
Mm-hmm.
I used to run 2 of them, but I decided 2 Thralls is better.
Gotcha. And you got the Soul Collection-y spell on your far right unit?
On the purple unit, yeah.
Okay. And that if they kill something, you get the soul for
As long
it,
as I
right?
don't snack it.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. And you've got your spell out, Death
And they
Pact.
have to be in control.
Yeah. Okay. And Death Pact is the one that turns all of your dudes into undead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it give them an armor bonus as well?
Yeah, +2 armor
Okay.
and undead if they're warrior models.
Right.
Because it turns all warrior models into undead, and then all undead get +2 armor.
Yeah. And with your theme benefit...
Not war beast.
Sorry.
Okay. Just the dudes. And your posse from your theme got bumped from 5 to 8 wounds, so you got
And
a
they
lot.
and they gain snacking. as
Yeah, so that's a lot of beef on the table, a lot of posse to chew through it, very high armor. And they can pray for concealment to make them def 14 as well, which is pretty great. So, Corey, what are you thinking here on your first turn?
I'm just deciding how early I want to feed, how aggressively I want to get up the board, and what part of the board I want to go for.
Mm-hmm.
So, the wrestler's in the center. I know it's faded a bit to the left, but it's really in the center of the board. So he's got a max and a min on the one side and 2 max on the other. I'm just going to try and force the one zone with the max and the min. It's less guys to kill. And once I can push him out of a zone, I can probably hold it. I need to burn his feet. So as early as possible, I can make him burn his feet is good. Because incorporeal means he can run through my models. Which means he can just basically charge my caster. Which really sucks because Gorten dies. Because
Yep.
Mat 6 with rerolls can hit def 13.
Yep, that seems bad.
So, Basher moves up, stays just outside of the Throg, because Throg has Disrupt. So I don't want the Basher to be disrupted. I like being able to boost my free slam.
And it's not even crit disrupt, it's just plain
disrupt.
It strips focus and
That's-
fury
oh,
off the
that's-
casters if it hits them too.
That's pretty sweet.
And the Throgs are the 2 beasts I want to kill, because they're going to be the most disruptive to my caster. So I run Alexian the Risen up, and my plan here is I'm just going to charge, clip Eris, and then use Grogspar to pitch. So I gain a couple extra inches up the board.
So basically the Grogspar trick is that you crit pit, or you
He's got innate pitch.
pitch, and then it's a d6.
It's a d6, and it's
your
dice off
caster.
7.
Yeah.
So odds are I only do a couple points of damage
Right.
to myself.
And your
with
caster cannot be knocked down. He's got steady.
those.
So.
He's got solid ground.
No, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm spreading out back because I know the game's going to take a while. I'm planning on playing 7 turns. So if I can still be running a model or 2 in a contest on turn 5 and 6, then I'm probably not losing the game.
So many dudes.
I struggle here for a bit because I don't know where I want to do the Forge Guard. And I opt to like hold them and a unit of Steelhead back to just sort of protect my zone. And then I push the Press Gangers around the middle of the zone just to sort of eat up space. And then I have to run the Driller back to stay in control. So I added Eilish to the list because Eilish allows me to puppet strings. So I'm pretty sure I'm measuring where Gordon's going to end so he's safe. And then I'll puppet strings Grogspar, charge Gorten, then throw Gorten.
And there you got a wall down.
So
right?
I put a wall down so I can throw myself behind the wall.
Yep.
So then at least if the Thrall charges, I have some bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, the 2 Gators there charge, because then I go to def 15 over the wall.
And the wall is the black wall template that says Brant. It's Brant's wall, but it's
Corey doesn't own a wall template. I have my own laser cutter. I can't make myself a wall template. So I pitched myself. I actually injured myself, so I used puppet strings to re-roll it so I don't die. And I managed to get 2 on the pitch, which is good enough. I'm further up the board than I would have been without it. Then I move a unit of Steelhead sort of up onto the hill. Just they're going to threaten that zone, but they're safe now, as long as they don't damage the husks. Then I run the Driller up to stay in control. The plan is the Driller's going to hopefully one-shot a husk. And I actually, when I put him down, my intent was to walk up and throw the husk away with a power attack at the other husk. I just was dumb.
Knockdown husks.
I also burnt a ton of time on my turn, just pissing around. Pretty standard for me.
Yeah. Corey, you really got to work on your clock. You should take it from me. Just watch my games. You'll learn.
Oh, I am learning.
So I think we are now over to Brant's side. So Brant, what are you thinking for this turn?
I forgot to do my Fury economy correct on this turn, so I think I only ended up with 5 on Maelok. So Maelok was short, so I didn't get to shoot Mortality, which I wanted to do. That's okay. And I'm just thinking to not get my whole army dragged out of my control by feet.
Right.
So I'm trying to push things into the forest and into the house so he doesn't get as much on the feet as he could.
Right.
Which does actually work out a bit.
Because your feet is an 8-inch pull in whichever
Towards
direction.
any table edge I want.
Yeah.
And it's directed towards the table edge, though, so I can't like slide you on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
It's straight.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so some decent placement can stop some of those pulls.
And then because it's a pull, rough terrain still hinders it.
Okay, nice.
So butting up into forests and stuff like that stop me from getting pulled super far.
And Bone Swarm, is that's a Fury on him, or that's
they're war beasts, so
they
run up.
All right. And then, because they can also get, is it souls or corpses?
They get corpses.
Right,
So the Cauldron's in the list basically because it can generate corpses and then give them out.
Okay.
So if you load a Bone Swarm up and you rage it and you mortality something, it goes in at POW 20, which means it kills things above its weight class because it's only 7 points.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And then the Cauldron also has puppet strings, so just when you're shooting mortalities at stuff, having puppet strings is nice. I wasn't smart enough to do that at all this game, but it is good tech.
So this is my mistake. I put the base here, and my intent was to actually throw the one husk. So I put down a proxy for the Driller, and you could actually walk to your husk. And my intent was actually to pick up and throw the husk at the other husk. And then they're both knocked down. I probably kill the first one, it explodes, doing damage to the one that's knocked down, who also does collateral. I might end up just happily killing both, because for some reason husks are a problem for me. I don't know, being able to take damage and
and then shoot you, and that's pretty great.
So I'm contemplating feeding right now. So my 2 thoughts are this: my initial thought was to walk up feet and push you away from me, but then I start bunging you up around the Cauldron, which I don't believe I can push.
I think you can. It's just got assisted. It doesn't have a mobile.
No, close to the wall anyway. So I don't know if I get you far enough back to just win that zone 2 turns in a row. Because you can't run, because you can't give orders, and you're -3 speed, so you go to speed 2. And if I clip the Witchdog Croc, if I get up far enough and can clip the Croc, which I can on a roll of 5 or 6, I think, then I push Maelok and the Croc 8, and they're not going to be able to get over to give you the speed buff. So theoretically, if I could have got a good 8 push off, I would have controlled the bottom zone for 2 turns. So my turn 2, your turn 3, my turn 3.
Really bad for me.
Which would have been good because I also would have controlled my zone, giving me probably 4 free points. And it would have been harder for you to even come back into yours to contest. So I could have ran a jack there. Instead, I walk up and I spray with both bunnies, and I contemplate and ponder. Then I'm like, well, screw it. I'm going to toss Gorten. because dwarf tossing's a thing.
It's a glorious threat extension. Feed
It's
extension.
Yeah, well, theoretically I could charge, but I can't feed at the end of a charge. So if you give me model charge, I'm guaranteed 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems pretty... Because he can then move back afterwards if he wants to, because he has to forfeit either his movement
If
or
I
his
don't
action.
get enough on the toss, then I can always walk backwards. So if
Yeah.
I toss 2 inches here, I probably back up.
Mm-hmm. You speed 4 or 5?
Speed 4.
Yeah.
So if I only toss 2, I probably back up and I don't do anything. Luckily I toss 6,
Mm-hmm.
and then I forget to advance.
Ah, nice.
So I meant to advance and actually clip everything.
Mm.
So I would have actually pulled the wrestler forward.
Yeah. Oh, because the Wrestler's in the middle of his zone.
The wrestler's in the middle of his zone
Yeah.
and ignores the water.
Right.
So I would have reefed the wrestler forward. Maelok would have clipped the objective, so stopped, but I would have at least caught him and slowed him down,
Mm-hmm.
along with the death rag guy. So my intent was to like drag everything, and I didn't move my caster when I feed him. So instead I opted to drag into me also because I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And let's just see what I can kill, right?
Yeah. So here's the dragging of all the things. Calculating where the...
Which eats a ton of time up.
all the dudes in the forest and how far they're going to go and stuff, so...
This is the drawback of this list over like the Magnus 2 list. The Magnus 2 is easy. I feed and I catch guys and you're done. You can't advance.
Mm-hmm.
This list is very much different in the fact that it takes...
Time to
I think,
actually
I think we took
Yeah.
took 8 minutes off my clock or whatever it is just to move accurately.
Mm.
Which is why I should have pushed back. And choosing the forest is good.
Yeah.
putting stuff in the forest.
Yeah. If you weren't in a forest and you gave me the ability to push you back, I push you back there 8 inches. You move forward 3 inches, and then the next turn you have to get into the zone.
Oh, right, because you can't run.
Because you can't run, because you can't give orders.
Right.
So if I push him out of the zone, I just run everything into the zone, and then on his next turn I run everything past the zone into his models, and then he has to stand there killing my stuff.
Right.
And then I can theoretically just score that zone for the rest of the game by sending models in.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically not even making attacks to potentially actually win.
So now that the gators and such are in juicy positions,
Yeah,
figuring
I'm
out what
going
you
to try
can
and
get
charge
into
and see if I can kill a few.
And you-
I also forget to activate Ragman here, which is
Turns out
sort of
Ragman's
huge.
pretty good.
sort of a big mistake. But I still managed to land some steel. I think I actually rolled really well.
I think you killed 2 posse here.
Yeah, I killed 2 and I killed the Throg. Because he used the Basher to kill the Throg.
Yeah.
And I rolled well to do it, so like it made up for not having Ragman there. And I actually did some okay damage to the sprays also, which I probably shouldn't have. I know I spiked and left, like, did 3 and 4 points to a couple guys.
Is your armor 18 or 20 versus the sprays?
18.
18 and then 20 versus the melee.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of boxes to chew through. So there's a tough roll.
Gorten also shot someone too,
Oh, right, with the both barrels, right?
with both barrels.
Yeah. Because he did not advance, so he's able to get that. And is that basically it's hand cannon range too?
It's a PAL 16 range. It's basically a double barrel hand cannon,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
which you can just pump to PAL 16 if you just want to take one shot. And with 5 focus, you might as well just take one shot.
Yeah.
Because you're basically a 4 focus caster with solid ground up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's your
The driller, which
went up.
I forgot to actually.
Do the throw.
No, I forgot to allocate to allow myself to do the throw.
Ah, gotcha.
Because at mat 6, I probably hit and missed the husk.
Mm.
It's just almost too many dice.
And so when you kill the husk,
It explodes in a 5-inch ring that stays in play, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone enemy models entering it take a point of damage, which again is really cool.
And it blocks.
But it's also a POW 12 and it explodes, so it kills one of the press carriers on exploding, and damages my my jack.
Yeah. And it blocks line of sight, which is pretty for you as well, though, right, Brant?
Yeah.
It is
okay.
just a big,
big cloud of
insects.
Yeah. Okay.
So I run forward with some press carriers to make sure I'm contesting his zone. Always the intent.
And just positioning your helps to be in countercharge type range.
Yeah, I want to contest the zone with enough that he has to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the Forge Guard and the Purple Halberdiers ready to counter back into the zone. So when he comes in to kill me, I'll be able to charge enough stuff in to hopefully deal out damage to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same with the green unit. I figured he's going to come in and probably kill my driller. If not, he's at least going to tie up my driller, and then I want to be able to come in and like rescue my driller with Steelhead.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that my next turn I've lost my zone. I'm probably not going to score my next turn unless I get lucky. I'm probably not going to score the top zone, but I should be able to clear the bottom zone out and score it, and then keep the score at least competitive. End game for me is playing all 7 turns, and then just not giving him points. So like if he kills enough of purple to get him down to like the last guy, I'm just going to run the last guy away.
Right. Gotcha. And so Brant, over to your turn 3. And what are you looking at for this turn?
I think I'm gonna feat this turn because I need the armor. I also want the incorporeal and tactician. So I believe I activate my witch doctor first just to give everything speed, and move Maelok to wherever I want him, and then feat and cast Death Pact. And then I'm just trying to clear zones as much as I can and contest what I can. So I want to get something in Corey's rectangular zone. I want to try to clear out the far circular zone if I can, just to get scoring parity going, and I want to clear my own zone to score there.
Because in your zone you've only got, is it a couple of press gangers?
I think there's 2 press gangers in there,
So that's,
it shouldn't be super hard
and you've
to
got
do.
3 models in the top zone. Right. So, what do you got going on here? Just figuring out what's going to go where.
Yeah, I think I want to send a bone swarm.
Oh, there goes your Thralg.
Yeah, he
into the
went
driller.
in just to disrupt him.
What's he hit for? Is he POW?
13 and
Okay.
then 12 and 12 because he's
Okay.
got 3 attacks.
Okay. So it's dice off 6?
Dice off 6 on the initial, then 7 and 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
And actually he does a few points of damage, but the big one is he disrupts.
Disrupts,
So
yeah.
I have no
if you
more.
don't, that way, if you don't happen to kill him.
And
it's less
drillers are pretty
effective.
sad when they're mat 6.
He's pretty good. He strips upkeeps. He rips focus off of casters and stuff. So
And he's a good contesting PC even too.
yeah, because with Maelok he goes to 13-18, and then on feet 13-20 with 8 boxes, which is good stats.
So you move your Huskin, you attack a press ganger and miss.
Yeah. Hoping just to get him up in the zone and be annoying to kill. Because of incorporeal from feet, I have pseudo Pathfinder
Right.
and pseudo Tactician, so I'm abusing that here as much as I can.
Yep.
That's right, making all your stuff speed 6.
Yeah.
So your Boar Swarm moves up, kills press ganger.
And gets
gets a corpse.
Corpse, yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets strength and armor for the corpses.
Yeah, he gets 1 strength and armor for corpses. He can have 3, so he goes from being 13-15 to 13-18, and then up to POW 15.
Nice. Charging in some posse in the top zone. So you killed the 1 press ganger, and then there's just 2
I got
halberdiers.
lucky and actually hit that guy under, with rerolls under set defense, so I needed a 10.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
And
Because they're
then-
death 15, right?
And then in the top, I just missed and then used my bite attack. to
Defensively,
kill
you
him.
get 2 shots at a 10 and 2 shots at an 8. It's pretty reliable. You kill a dude.
Because you use the rerolls, right? Rather
Yeah.
than the, you didn't need the speed.
Or the concealment.
Yeah. And
Backs the Boar Swarm for next turn.
yeah, Bone Swarm's fully powered up, it looks like there.
Yeah, the top one wasn't able to get there.
Yeah.
And then Corey was mean and dragged my my Cauldron guy away, so Cauldron couldn't move this turn.
Oh, right, so you had to move your grunt or whatever
I
back.
had to walk
toward him.
backwards, yeah.
Yeah. So that you can be effective for the next turn. Here. Oh, you activated the red unit?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, they charge in at my basher.
Yeah, putting some damage on the basher. He's
And then
tied
you kill
up,
a press ganger at the
tied up
same
a
time?
bunny.
Yeah.
Moved up the other unit kind of in behind him.
My poor little basher.
I'm all slow on that side, right? Corey's taken 3 speed and my ability
Yeah.
to charge away, so I've
Yeah.
lost
Yeah,
Like-
that hurts.
7 inches of thread over there.
9 against living.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to stay in that zone and not give him any points for
Yeah.
another turn,
Yeah.
which I think I succeed at.
Yep.
So-
And you scored 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you scored 2, Corey scored 1
I
on that
scored
turn.
0. I scored 1 the previous turn.
1 on the previous turn.
So now my intent, I have to clear my zone and at least tie the game. And I know that I'm going to be another turn before I can clear the bottom zone. Because of your feet, which means I have to put enough models in the top zone and your zone that I don't just auto lose. This is where I make a mistake because I totally forgot your entire army's undead. So I collected corpses off you. And I can't because Alexius actually says living.
Yeah, the Cauldron's the same way.
Yep.
I can actually take undead corpses from
But
you, just not
I'm
from
pretty sure my corpses don't affect. I don't think I score the zone with my corpses, so I don't think it's a huge issue.
No, I don't think it affected the game much.
Pretty sure I spray and clear off one of the dudes that charge in small ears, maybe.
Because you're able to hit like 3 or 4 of them, right, with that spray.
Yeah, and he had one on a single box, and it's only dice off 10 on the spray, so you're just hoping for that 13 or 14.
Yeah. Looking for the spikes. Basher's gonna bash.
So Basher goes in, does absolutely nothing. I think I missed with all my attacks.
And the flak field's like dice off.
Dice off because they're
10 or something.
Dice off 8.
Dice off 8.
And
because it's not a melee attack.
I should have boosted flak field instead of just buying extra attack, but I thought I'd just buy a power 15.
Yeah. And your other bunny's actually tied up. Yeah.
I figure reg band again this turn.
Nice.
Because I'm amazing. Forge Guard go to work here though, and this is like my intent when I put the Forge Guard was just for this purpose. So I stopped 2 away from the husk. I put 3 Forge Guard into the husk. I managed to lucky crit my first roll.
Which slams the husk.
2.5 inches.
Yeah.
Just enough to stop him from spraying back into Cullen stuff.
Well, it knocks you down.
Yeah, because he didn't roll enough damage, so I don't get the spray.
Yeah, so I leave him on like 4 boxes, but I've knocked him down, which is good. And then I managed to knock down and kill a Forge Guard and kill the Bone Swarm.
Yeah.
Or not Forge Guard, one of your Gators. And I killed the Bone Swarm, which was sort of key for me getting the Beast out of the zone. Because that's what's in long term. That's what's going to be harder for my Steelhead to kill.
Yep. Yeah, especially loaded up on the corpses, that becomes pretty hard target.
I also put a lot of intent in trying to keep the Forge Guard out of the forest. Because I don't want them in so they can be charged. Because I don't want to lose like 10 Forge Guard next turn.
Charged or venomed or anything like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I was concerned about Venom because like I could roll the 1 or 2 and shake it.
Right.
And Armor 18 versus POW 10 Venoms, I'm okay.
Oh, it's only POW 10. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was thinking POW 12.
No, it loses a bit of its edge when it's not under like Denagra feet and Parasite.
Yeah.
When you're taking off 5 armor
It's not quite as strong.
Yeah.
and 2 defense.
Press gangers going. Is that a charge or?
A charge on the husk.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's not done. I thought I might as well try and kill it. I think I do like a point or 2 of damage.
Yeah.
I think it does die here though. Yeah, it does.
Yep. I didn't leave. It didn't have a lot of boxes after the Forge Guard were done.
Yeah. So he explodes, killed your 2 your 2 press gangers that went in, right?
Yep. Kill both of my press gangers.
Yeah.
Damages his dude with the POW 12.
Mm-hmm. Was that Alexi and the Risen just went? Possibly?
Nope.
Nope. I don't know what just went.
My driller killing the Thrall.
Ah, yes. Oh, and then you backed up your gun bunny so you can get the shot. You took a free strike, I guess.
I took a free strike with
That
the gun
is-
bunny and then sprayed.
I didn't roll overly well on the free strike, so the bunny's fine.
Yeah. Well, bunnies are like
Bunnies have
18
a
or
really
19
wicked
anyway.
grid anyways.
Yeah.
All the dwarf jacks have pretty good damage
Yeah.
grids though.
Arm 18 and like
Just spraying. Looks
4
like
columns of the Cortex and
you probably hit
The basher.
4 of them. You took out.
I sprayed and hit 4.
Yeah.
And I managed I think to kill 1.
Yeah.
Again, which is good. I'm rolling really well.
Yeah.
I made quite a few toughs this game as well, which helped me a lot.
Yeah.
I moved Risen in, and then Elixir crafts Thrall. The craft Thrall charges. I don't think it kills anything. I think I leave you on like a box. And due to my lack of attacks, I just don't have much left to put into you. The Steelhead unit charges. And I think they removed the 1.
You did.
You've got it knocked out. Sorry, the guy on top of the bash right now on the screen had like 1 box left. I'm pretty sure I charge in and
I think he ends up dying.
no, because your feet. This is the turn your feet's up, so I actually do almost nothing with that charge. It was amazing. My time efficiency in making single attacks is so good.
And that put you up to 2 because you scored on your own.
I scored my zone.
Yeah. So we're 2-2 and
he contested mine
Brant's
again.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple press gangers and brands.
Yeah. So here we are over to Brant. The counter punch. Feats are over. So what's your goal for this turn, Brant?
Again, I just want to clear zones. I need to clear my zone. I want to contest his zone. I just want to stay ahead of him on scoring rhythm because at this point he's definitely starting to. I'm starting to feel not great about attrition because he's killing Gators fairly easily.
Yeah, lots of damage being spread
And he's
out
got
around.
more guys than I do.
What? Didn't feel like it.
I know I want to kill the bash or kill the driller, so I mortality it. which takes 2 tries. And then I...
Because he's getting the cover from the house.
Yeah, and then I rage up my Bone Swarm and use my Soul Slave to spray some stuff out of the way.
Yeah. Because is it just Risen that's in there, or is that a press...
It's a Press Ganger.
There's a Press Ganger and a Risen in the way.
So I used the Press Ganger to hit the Risen, because he's spell immune.
Right. Gotcha.
Also, at this point, you're way up on clock, right? So basically, all you have to do is make me play 5 turns and 6 turns, and I probably lose.
Yeah.
So you have to keep me from winning in the next turn or 2.
So blue guys are going up, and do they just run?
I think I get one charge on the Basher and
or,
one on the other guy there that I clear out.
Yeah.
And that's just to make a lane for my Bone Swarm.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping that with like plus
Ragey
8,
goodness
plus 8
and all the
damage on
strength
him,
and,
he can kill Basher.
Yeah.
Or a Driller, sorry.
And he was able to just walk in, right?
Yeah, and he luckily didn't Frenzy earlier in this turn. So that was good for me as well.
Yeah.
And he rolls real good.
Is he dice +1?
Yeah, because he's mortality, so he's power 18 versus 17.
Yeah,
and he rolled really good. So I think the problem is I only was able to get one model contesting his zone this turn.
Yeah, because the Driller was in the way.
Yeah, because the Driller was in the way, and I don't have Incorporeal anymore.
Got your Gators in the top zone, getting some work done on some Halberdiers on that front row of contesting models.
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to clear that zone so that I can score there.
And you pretty much use the re-rolls for your Gators for the whole game after that kind of initial...
Unless you're getting, like, when you're getting shot at, you use Concealment.
Yeah.
If you're trying to out-threat something, you can use the Threat Extension, but really, the only prayer I use most of the time is re-rolls.
Re-rolls is kind of universally good.
Mat 6 isn't great. Mat 6 with re-rolls is definitely better.
So you cleared a couple of Halberdiers there. He's got a Halberdier and is it a Forge Guard? Those are Forge Guard.
I've got a couple Forge Guard in the bottom of the zone.
Okay. Yeah. Bottom of the top zone. And these are the Gators down at the bottom swinging at some Halberdiers, these red Gators.
Yeah, I think I put one attack into the Basher, but it didn't do much.
Is your POW 13 versus 19 or something?
Yeah.
These are your yellow unit?
Yeah.
Do they have far enough to get a charge, or?
Yeah, they did. I had to, like, cross-charge them and do a shuffle charge.
Gotcha.
They got it.
Charges onto the Basher.
Yep, for, I want to say it was like 11 points.
Yeah, one of them hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
But seeing as his head grid is across 4 columns, it's just so tough to go for.
He's got probably the best damage grid in the game.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But they're POW 15, Mat 6.
Yeah.
And so on your turn, you were able to score on your own zone,
Yep.
so you're up to 3-2. So over to Corey's turn 4.
So I moved Ragman early because, like,
Good job, Corey.
I remembered. I do a couple of sprays. So my first spray gets some good work done. I'm not overly cognizant of the clock. I've looked at it a couple times, but I'm not worried about it. I think this is where I make my biggest mistake of the game, because I should have worried about it and focused more on just high damage attacks.
Spray coming from...
I sprayed from the top, the one on the right hand side. Now I'm just going to shuffle the other one.
Yeah.
I also realized that to contest the zone, I need both bunnies in it. So I walked my bunny over to score the zone, so I don't have to run Gorten there.
Oh, just touching your rectangular,
It was that or I run Gorten there.
Yeah. So he's there to get a glorious spray angle and...
Yep. I'm just again trying to free up the Basher, so I can go kill the Cauldron and maybe the Cauldron dude, and then my zone is pretty secure. Like I can just, I only have to really deal with the Wrestler.
Because the Gators are now armor, because they're -2.
Armor 20 to melee, armor 18 to standard
and then
attacks.
with Ragman, they go down to 18.
They go to 18 and 16.
So that's still,
Dice
So
off
against Blackfield, this dice off 4. So it gets pretty easy for me to start actually dealing with damage.
Well, a lot of them have had damage from the sprays and stuff too, and that sort of thing, so a little bit here and there adds up. Your Halberdiers.
So I walked the Basher over to Groxburg. I'm taking shots trying to kill the last Gator.
Right.
And actually, I shot my own dude in the back with a blast damage on the Gator. Being immune to blast, I don't care if I miss the AoEs. Fortunately, I'm going to work on this top zone. So I think they kill a Gator. They kill a Gator in the bottom, in the zone, and they leave 2 Gators in the top. but they're one's knocked down and on one box, and the other's not in the greatest of shape either.
No, they're both pretty beat up.
Yeah. Yeah, because they've taken halberdiers and forge guards. So.
Sorry, the forge guard, the halberdiers charged him first.
I'm kind of just hiding the blue guy there behind the forest to keep contesting.
A nice spot for that.
So the forge guard go over to finish the one. So I think I left you with one in the zone.
Yeah, I think he toughed too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I just have one knockdown gator up there.
Other than the guys behind the forest.
Yeah.
So at this point, because you toughed against the hull, or the forge guard. So I charged some steelhead in also. And I fought your bone swarm, did okay damage, but I should have just done one big combine.
And this is when I run into problems because now I'm actually falling behind on attrition, and that's not great. But luckily Corey doesn't have a lot of time left, so that's
Clock is my enemy right now. I burned too much early in the game.
Yeah, because there's a pretty significant time difference. I can't tell what it is right now.
I think I'm at 45 seconds.
And I've got
26 minutes or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I imagine, and I also forgot to contest his zone.
Yeah. So you scored on your zone, so we're at 4-4.
Yep, I scored both my zone and the circular on the bottom, and then Brant just scored his because I forgot to contest.
Gotcha. Yeah. So score stays tied up, and Brant's significantly ahead on time, so that puts you back a bit. So Brant, what are you looking to do here?
I'm trying to stay ahead on scenario, so I want to clear any zones I can. I don't think I can actually clear anything, but I can contest his zone and probably kill his objective. So I used the boosting effect on my Soul Slave to put another fully boosted Venom into Helbs that I managed to mortality right here.
Oh yeah, in the middle of the screen. They can't see you pointing at this.
Yeah,
screen.
But right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, spray fully boosted is nice. Because the idea is that you're going to get your Bone Swarm kind of down the center there, and that's a piece that's harder to remove as well. Oh, here goes your Wrastler.
I have to heal his body
I
here.
think the Bone Swarm's on 11 boxes left. Like, I did some pretty good damage to the previous turn.
I had to spend a Fury to heal its body, or I could have spent one of its corpses, but I wanted to hit harder, so...
Wrastler just removed the Basher in the bottom zone.
Yeah, Basher's pretty easy to kill.
Yeah.
When they're already missing 9 boxes.
Wrestler rolled exceptionally well too on those 3 attacks.
Oh, here comes that glorious spray.
You had 4 more attacks you could buy though, right?
Yeah.
So spray removing a whole because the halberdiers are def 13.
Def 13, but he's got the boost when he's 9s.
Yeah. And I mortality'd them as
And
well.
mortality, so
right,
he's
yeah. So
7s.
that drops. Yeah, so it's pretty significant. So that cleared.
I wasn't really stressing there. Like, knowing I'm not going to score my zone again at this point isn't a big deal because I'm going to win the bottom and I'm going to win the top.
Yeah.
And there your Bone Swarm went in and removed the objective and bumped you up to 5 points. And it looks like these are the blue dudes swinging at stuff, just getting stuff in the zone. This is Forge Guard that you're swinging at. Def 10, armor 18.
Armor 18.
And base to base. So I guess you're only needing 6s to
crack.
And with the reroll.
So for me, I only need to remove 2 models from the top zone and 1 model from the bottom.
Yeah.
So Lexi charges in, and then I just sort of surround the Wrestler to protect her. She kills the one dude in the zone. My Forge Guard slam the Husk because
I think I should
want
only
to
be at 6 points right now.
Because you scored 1 for the... I might have bumped it up to...
Yeah, objective and my zone.
Oh, okay, so yeah, it would have been 6.
Because we're tied on points at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
6-6.
Yeah.
Who's running this operation anyway?
So I run out of time, which is fine.
Yeah, and then this is just kind of talking about...
Yeah, I think my mistake was I ate up too much time early, not being overly aggressive and deciding whether to feed. I also think I should have just held my feet and used it to push them back off of me.
Yeah.
And then that would have given me better board position. And I contemplate that. I like feeding early because I played Magnus 2 for so long.
Yeah.
So like I really like that turn 2 feet lock, and I really need to start playing the feet on not feeding until turn 3 and 4. Unless it guarantees me points. So I think if I wait a turn, I can at least push you back to the forest.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that with Maelok where I don't feed until turn 3. And it's been going better since I've started doing that. So.
Yeah, Forge Guard are pretty huge in this game. Like I went in with them and killed 5 Gators plus a Husk plus a Bone Swarm.
Well, they hit hard. Plus, if you get the smite, they can get a lot of work done.
Yeah, Gators really don't like being knocked down, so any knockdown tech is bad.
Well, you mean like critting on 2 dice is good?
Yeah. I have no way to stand up or anything, so if I'm knocked down,
You lose tough,
you
and
just lose. You lose something.
yeah, for sure.
I was looking for slamming with the basher the entire game, but you were always like too close to 3, and I'm so used to having Energizer.
Yeah.
Energizer and Bulldoze is so good for just
Yeah.
like combo slamming into shit.
Yeah, it's good times.
But Ostrom would not have been a fun match for you.
Not for Maelok. I think Arcadius Ostrom was okay.
Yeah, your Arcadius isn't painted.
It's true.
And I do like seeing painted games on stream.
Yeah, no, it's good. Well, thank you, gents, for the game. Thank you, Brant, for coming out this way and being on stream. Nice to have some minion rep on the stream. And thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit like on that video, subscribe to the channel, throw your comments on the Facebook page. If you have any questions or comments about the match, we'll have a look there and make sure we answer them. Appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to check out the information for Attack X, and we will see you next time, guys.
Do you have a Facebook page, Dave?
I have a Facebook thingy. I have
Really?
stuff and things.